We're going to begin our post-workout stretch session on our backs today, and we're just going to very gently just draw the knees in towards the chest. Take some nice deep full breaths in and out to the belly. Maybe gently just encouraging the knees close to the chest, but don't squeeze them in too much that you have to lift your head up off the floor. The head should just be comfortably resting on your mat here, maybe a little bit of sway side to side. And then go ahead and extend the legs nice and long. Point your toes and reach your arms up overhead. Big inhales, exhales here. Let's take about 2 more breaths here, finding as much length as we can through the fingertips all the way down to the toes. Maybe even sighing out of the mouth. And go ahead and keep your hips in center. Shuffle your feet over towards the right, and then lift the chest and shuffle the shoulders over to the right edge of the mat. So we've got like a little banana pose. Cross your left ankle over your right if you like. Your left hip and shoulder should still be on the floor though. So we're looking for that little half moon shape, but keeping our hips and shoulders nice and balanced, grounding down. Taking 1 more breath here, breathing into that left hand side of the body. And then mindfully make your way back to center. If you like, you could pause in the middle here, take a big breath in. And then let's do the same, walking the feet over to the left this time. And then shuffling the shoulders over to the left. Make sure that right hip and shoulder is still nice and firm on the floor. Maybe cross the right ankle over the left. Big breath in. Breathing into the right hand side of the body this time. 1 more breath in and out. Mindfully bring your way back into center. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Give them another little hug. Nice deep full breath in. And exhale. Bring the left foot down to the floor. Then we're going to cross the right ankle onto the left thigh and let the right knee hang open. Or you might just decide to stay here if you like, or you might lift up the left foot and then thread your hands underneath the left thigh, interlace the fingers. Staying here for 5 nice deep full breaths in and out. Feeling this in that right hip area. Breathing deeply. And at any time, feel free to sigh the exhale out through the mouth. Couple more breaths here. Just allowing yourself to have that nice easy stretch here. We don't have to overdo it. If you're doing this session after weight training or a session at the gym, you've already taken your body to the limit. So let this just be a nice stretch out after your workout. After your next exhale, bring the left foot down and then the right, and we're going to cross the left ankle onto the right thigh this time. So once again, let the knee hang open. If you want to keep the right foot on the floor, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, you might pick up the right foot, thread the hands underneath the thigh. Breathing deeply. Just making sure here that you can rest the head comfortably on the floor. So we don't want to be lifting the head and struggling here. There should be no struggle. Shoulders can stay nice and soft. The aim of this is just to get a nice stretch throughout the whole body. No need to overdo it. All right, last exhale here. And bring the feet back down. You might like to window wipe the knees if you like. Go ahead and bring the knees back in towards the chest. Bring your arms out nice and wide. On an exhale, just gently bring the knees down over to the right. You might even take your right hand just to gently encourage the left knee down. Feel free to turn your gaze out over your left shoulder. You could just stay looking up, taking about 3 more breaths here. Nice deep full breaths in and out. All right, on your next inhale, just go ahead and engage the core so that you can draw the knees all the way back up to center, and then let them gently drop out over to the left. Maybe you take your left hand to encourage the right knee down. Make sure that your right shoulder is still on the floor as well, so you don't need to be trying to turn over to the left. If you feel like this is too intense, then just begin with your feet on the floor and then just let the knees gently drop over to the left. This is a less intense version of the twist. One more breath here. And go ahead and bring yourself back to center. Feel free to give the knees a little bit of a hug here. And go ahead and roll yourself over onto your belly. Once you're on your stomach, go ahead and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. The tops of the feet are pressing into the floor. And as you press the tops of the feet, go ahead and lift the kneecaps and then press the thighs and the pubic bone down. Elbows are in, shoulders are rolling down. As you take an inhale, lift the chest into a cobra pose. So we're going to stretch out the front side of the abdominals here. And as you exhale, gently lower down. Keep on going with the breath. Inhale as you rise. And exhale. One more time with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. This time we're going to stay up. So as you inhale, press the tops of the feet. Lift the kneecaps. Big inhale as you lift up, and then just hold here for a moment. Keep on pressing down through the pubic bone. Shoulders away from the ears. Looking for a stretch through the belly. One more breath here. And then just gently lower down. Push up onto hands and knees. Move very, very slowly. Move yourself back into a child's pose. Your choice whether the knees are together or apart. Let the arms be nice and relaxed here, elbows soft. Nice deep full breaths in. Go ahead and bring yourself up onto hands and knees. We're going to lift into down dog, get a nice stretch out through the back of the hamstrings. So go ahead and bring your hands shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes, big inhale as you lift the hips. Press the heart down towards the toes. And because we're looking for that hamstring stretch here, we're going to keep the knees a little bit bent, but we're just going to pedal the heels. Keep on breathing. Nice deep full breath in and out. I don't know about you, but I always feel this. As soon as I start pedaling, the back of my hamstrings feels amazing. I'm going to take about 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Nice deep full breath in. Big exhale out. And go ahead and bring yourself down onto hands and knees. And find yourself a comfortable seat. So find your comfortable seat. I'm sitting cross-legged because that's how it's most comfortable for me, but you find whatever works for you. And I've also found myself a cushion as well, just to give myself a little bit of height. Just makes it a little bit easier to sit up nice and tall. So we're going to focus in on the top half of the body, around the shoulders, the upper back area, even the arms now. So go ahead and walk the hands down to either side of your hips, alongside of your hips. And walk the fingers out a little way. Take an inhale, sweep an arm up. And as you exhale, I want you to reach on out over to the other side. Now you might decide to curl through the upper back here. Feel that stretch through the upper back and the shoulder blade. Or you might lift the chest open and see if you can get a nice opening through the chest, through the front of the shoulder area here. Doesn't matter what you do, just keep on breathing as you inhale, lift up and over, exhale as you reach. And just keep swaying side to side, looking for something through the chest, maybe shoulder blade area, through the side body. Just breathing, finding all those good stretches. And go ahead and take one more each side. And bring yourself back up to center. Walk your hands behind you, come up onto the tips of your fingers. And we're going to draw the shoulder blades together and you'll feel the chest lift here. As you inhale, lift from the chest, lift the gaze just a little way. And then just pause here. We're getting a nice stretch and opening through the chest. Keep on squeezing the shoulder blades. Last breath here. And then go ahead and lower the chest down. Bring your hands out in front of you, interlace the fingers, keep the palms open. As you inhale, draw the chin to the chest. You're going to pull your hands away from you. So you're going to feel this stretch, particularly through the shoulder blades as they expand away from the spine at the center of your back. You may also feel this through the arms as well. Nice deep full breaths in and out. Last breath here. Go ahead and lift the chin. We're going to turn the hands inside out, open the palms, and then bring the arms up overhead. Take a big inhale as you reach up. And exhale, maybe go out over to the side. Big inhale back to center. And exhale out over the other side. Come back to center. And exhale it out. All right. I'm going to turn long ways on my mat so that we can do a forward fold. So I do recommend sitting on top of a cushion or folded blanket if you're not already. Have the legs out nice and long here. So we want the toes pointing up towards the ceiling so the feet are flexed. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, draw the belly in, and as you exhale, just walk the hands down. So we're going to keep our chest nice and proud here, and we're trying to aim our tummy down towards our thighs. Keep the toes pulling back towards the shins as much as possible. And just rest wherever you need to. So hands might be either side of the legs. You might place one hand on top of the hands on top of the shins if you like. You might even take your toes. Doesn't really matter, but just keep the chest lifting. And you should feel that stretch all the way down the backs of the legs. I'm going to take another 3 breaths here. Nice deep full breath in. Big breath out. Last breath here. Slowly come back up to a nice tall seat. I'm going to spin back to face towards you and then open the legs nice and wide. This is called straddle and it's a very nice stretch for the insides of the legs. Now it is very much recommended that you sit on a cushion or a folded blanket, and you could even, if you need to, have something underneath your knees. If you feel like this is too much for you and you need to bend through the knees, by all means, place something underneath folded blankets or cushions. Otherwise, legs can be straight, toes once again pointing upwards. You should feel this pretty quickly through the inside of the leg area here, the groin area. Bring your fingertips out in front, take an inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, just gently playing with walking forwards. Find that engagement. Once again, we're not going to overstretch here. We're really just looking for a nice, gentle stretch post-workout. You should never feel any real pain. Taking 3 more nice, deep, full breaths in and out. Last breath, big inhale. And exhale. Pull the hands back to center. Bend the knees if they're not already, just to help yourself to bring the feet to the floor, the knees together. If you would like to, you might even let the knees just kind of drop from side to side. And then go ahead and make your way up to standing. So our last little stretch before we finish with a very well deserved Shavasana is just a stretch for the front of the thigh area, those nice big muscles there. So we're going to shift the weight into the left foot to begin with. And you can place your left hand on your hip if you like, just to help steady yourself. Or you could have your hand against a wall if you feel like you need a little bit more balance. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you need to do. I'm just going to kick the right foot up and then take a hold of the top of the foot with our right hand and then draw the knees into touch. And we're just going to gently pull the right heel back towards the right buttock. As soon as you feel that front thigh engage, then just pause there, breathe, let the muscle stretch. Remember, we don't want to overdo it. It's like a little mini dancer pose. One more breath here. And then just be really, really gentle as you release down. Maybe walk the feet out a little bit. And then go ahead and shift the weight into the right foot. Go ahead and catch the left foot with the left hand. Draw the knees into touch. Maybe even draw the tailbone down. And then we're just gently drawing the left heel in towards the left buttock. Nice deep full breath in and out. Couple more breaths here. And go ahead and release that foot. Give the shoulders a little roll. I'm going to make our way back down onto the floor. So have the feet a hip width apart. Bring the hands behind you. So we're interlacing the fingers behind the back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Feel the chest lift. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees. And then we're just going to forward fold. Bring our tummy towards our thighs as we lift our arms up overhead. Nice, deep full breaths in and out. Give the head a little shake out. Go ahead and bring the hands back down towards the tailbone and let the fingertips just gently come down to the floor. Bring your hands onto the floor, preparing to walk back into down dog. One more breath in and out here. Nice deep full breath in. Big exhale out. Pedal the heels. Bring the knees down to the floor. And then go ahead and make your way onto your back. Very well deserved Shavasana. Feet are nice and wide, toes are hanging out, arms away from the torso. Lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades down. Give yourself lots of room. Take a nice deep full breath in. Exhale the breath out. And just let yourself rest for a few beats. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, at least 8 breaths. And then when you're ready, open the eyes.